The envelope landed on the mat with the rest of the mail. Michelle knew the gold foil before she touched it. She pulled out the card. In the center, where her own face should have been, sat a small brown dog in a Santa hat.
A dog. She replaced me with a dog.
She walked to the kitchen, opened the recycling bin, and let the card fall inside. From the dim hallway, 10-year-old Amelia pressed against the wall. She had seen the whole thing.
Third Christmas in a row. Grandma did it again.
Michelle returned to the living room. She sat on the couch and stared at the tree lights, her face empty.
Mom didn't cry, but I saw her hands shake. Someone has to do something. This time it's going to be me.
That night, Amelia didn't sleep. She sat up thinking about the mailing list on the refrigerator and a plan she had to make. 2 years earlier, the first Christmas card had shown a stranger, a college girlfriend of Joseph's crudely pasted into the family photo.
That woman stood next to Joseph like she belonged there, and I was nowhere.
The next year, it was a distant aunt, digitally stuffed into the empty spot where Michelle should have been.
A dead aunt. That's when I learned to stay quiet.
Joseph called his mother from the kitchen, voice low and careful, promising to fix it. I talked to her. She says it's a joke. She won't do it again.
You said that last year? And the year before?
He didn't answer. They sat at the kitchen table, mugs cold, the distance between them sharp as glass.
So I stopped talking. It was easier than hearing broken promises.
This year, the hurt was a dog. But Amelia had seen her mother swallow it, and somewhere in that 10-year-old mind, a plan was already forming.
Mom smiled at the table, but the smile went nowhere near her eyes. I remember the first card 2 years ago. She cried in the bathroom for an hour.
Each year, the wound was different. A girlfriend, an aunt, but the blade was the same.
Nobody else in this house did anything. I'm the only one who notices everything.
She began saving. Every dollar of allowance, every coin found under the couch cushions, went into a little ceramic pig.
$83 by spring. It wasn't much, but it was enough for something.
She wrote the numbers in a small spiral notebook, the tally growing slowly Wednesday by Wednesday.
Dad kept saying he talked to Grandma. He never did. So I will.
The plan was a shape in her mind, not yet fully formed, but it had one solid anchor, the Christmas card mailing list on the fridge.
This year the family picture won't be missing anyone.
That evening, dinner was quiet. The only sound was Benjamin's fork scraping the plate. We should have a family game night this weekend. Get everyone's mind off things.
Off what? He still won't say the word card.
She looked past him to the refrigerator. The mailing list was a white rectangle, names in careful columns.
12 years of marriage, and she still gets to decide who sees me as family.
After dinner, when the kitchen was dark, Michelle stood in front of the fridge and touched the paper.
Mom doesn't know I'm here. She's counting. I've already got the number.
In her bedroom, Amelia pulled out her notebook and wrote 37 addresses, underlined.
37? That's a lot of stamps, but I have $83.
She slid the notebook under her pillow. In the morning, she would open her laptop and start designing. The next morning, Amelia dumped the piggy bank onto the bed, crumpled dollars, quarters, one silver dollar coin.
$83. Enough for 37 cards and stamps.
She crept to the den and woke the family computer. The Thanksgiving photo was already on a thumb drive. On Shutterfly, she chose a simple holiday template and uploaded the image. Her parents, Benjamin herself, all smiling by the fireplace.
That's the real us. Not a dog, not an old girlfriend. Us.
Footsteps in the hall. She hit the minimize button so fast the mouse clattered. Hey, sweetie. Up early? What are you working on?
Just a school project. For art class.
He ruffled her hair and walked away. Her heart thumped like a trapped bird. She restored the window, checked the quantity 37, and hit Submit Payment. A confirmation email blinked into the inbox. A week later, while her parents were at the grocery store, a brown shutterfly box thudded onto the porch. She dragged it into her bedroom closet and slit the tape with a ruler.
37 glossy cards. The picture was brighter than real life, all of us grinning.
She pulled a fine-tipped pen from her school bag and sat cross-legged on the floor, the cards fanning out like evidence.
On the back, I'll write, "This is our real family." And then my name. That's all it needs.
Her cursive looped carefully, the Y's curling, the A of Amelia deliberate. Each card felt heavier after it was written. By the 25th card, her hand cramped, but she kept going, one by one, until the stack was done.
37. Now stamps. I know where Grandpa kept his.
She slipped down the hall to the spare room, where her grandfather's oak desk sat untouched since he'd passed. The top drawer held old receipts, a silver letter opener, and there, under a leather ledger, a booklet of holiday stamps.
Perfect. He would have wanted this to go out.
She bundled the 37 envelopes with a rubber band and slipped out the back door while the house was still quiet.
37 cards felt heavier than she expected, like carrying a whole year of secrets.
The walk to the post office drop box took 12 minutes. She kept to the side of the road, away from the few cars. At the blue metal box, she paused, then fed the stack in one envelope after another, hearing them land softly inside.
That is that. By Tuesday, everyone will know what our family actually looks like.
She walked back slower, the weight gone, but her chest still tight, as if she had swallowed a stone. In the kitchen, Michelle stood at the counter, slicing apples, her back to the door.
Mom doesn't know anything yet, but soon, she won't have to pretend it's all okay.
Amelia crossed the room and pressed her face into her mother's side, arms tight around her waist. Michelle's knife stopped. She looked down at the top of her daughter's head, confused but moved, and rested a hand there.
Amelia has been weird all week, hiding a smile like she has a secret.
The phone rang at 2 in the afternoon. Pamela's voice filled the kitchen speaker, saccharine and sharp.
I hope everyone got a laugh out of the card this year. I thought the little dog was a fun touch.
We need to talk about that, Mom. It wasn't funny to everyone.
You've said that every year, and every year nothing changes.
I'll handle it after Christmas. Let's just get through the holidays first.
Another delay. Another year of being invisible in my own marriage.
Christmas Eve arrived with a thin layer of snow and a house full of unspoken words.
The mail won't come until late tomorrow. But after that, Grandma's version won't be the only one.
She tucked a single leftover card under her pillow and waited for the rest of the family to learn what she already knew. Christmas morning broke cold and bright. In the Reeves house, stockings were opened. But across town, the first red envelopes were landing in mailboxes. An aunt tore into hers. The card inside wasn't the one with the dog. It was a smiling family photo, and on the back, a cursive sentence. The phone rang in Pamela's house. Her sister's voice was strained. I got a different card, from Amelia. It shows the whole family, even Michelle.
That's impossible. I sent the family card. The dog was a joke.
A photo of the rogue card appeared in her messages. She zoomed in on the handwriting. This is our real family, Amelia.
She mailed her own. Behind my back. That little girl played me.
She hung up and called Joseph. Once, twice, 3 times. Each call hit voicemail.
Joseph, call me immediately. It's about the Christmas card. Something's happened. I need to explain.
She paced past the tree, the twinkling lights now feeling like a countdown. Her dominion over the family narrative was crumbling. But in the Reeves house, the morning was still peaceful. Michelle poured orange juice, the torn wrapping paper already in the recycling, unaware that 37 truths were spreading across the state. The first buzz was a text from Joseph's cousin. "Did you see the card from Amelia? It's spreading to everyone." He scrolled. The family group chat was a cascade of photos, the same card front and back in aunt after cousin's hands. He turned the screen toward Michelle. Her face went still, reading the cursive sentence again and again. "This is our real family." A fresh message from Pamela cut through the chat. A silly mix-up. Amelia must have been playing with Grandma's list. Let's not make a thing of it.
Playing? She saved her allowance for months. That's not playing, that's fighting back.
It wasn't a mix-up. I wrote it. I mailed them myself.
You did this on your own?
You promised you'd talk to Grandma every year, but you never did. So I did what nobody else would.
Joseph's phone hung in his hand, the proof of Pamela's lies still glowing, but his eyes were on his daughter, and the truth was solid. Michelle pulled her daughter close, and for the first time in 3 Christmases, someone had stood in the blank space beside her. Michelle pulled back and knelt to meet her daughter's eyes. The question she had never dared to ask now had a name.
Amelia, why? You're 10. You shouldn't have had to fix what I couldn't.
Without a word, Amelia reached into her sweater pocket and held out the last card, the one with her mother's full smile in the center.
Because nobody else was going to put you back in the picture.
My daughter saw 3 years of erasure and answered with her own stamps. She's braver than I have ever been.
Joseph had been standing by the hearth, silent, watching his daughter hold up a truth he had dodged for years. "I've let this go on too long. I'll call Mom tonight, on video, and I'll record it."
Recorded? You've never gone that far before.
Will she be mad at me?
Michelle brushed Amelia's hair back. Joseph picked up his phone. The confrontation that had been 3 years in the making was finally set into motion. Joseph set the laptop on the coffee table, angling the camera toward his face. The red recording dot pulsed in the corner of the screen. "Mom, we need to talk. I'm recording this so there's no more confusion about what was said."
Recording, Joseph? That is completely unnecessary. I told you it was a joke, a silly holiday joke.
3 years, Mom. A girlfriend, an aunt, a dog. It's not a joke. It's deliberate erasure.
You are overreacting. Michelle has always been too sensitive. Now she's turned my own granddaughter against me.
Michelle, still out of frame, felt the familiar chill of being made the problem. But this time, she wasn't alone. "No, Mom, this ends now. You owe Michelle a written apology to her, and to every person on that mailing list."
That is absurd. I will not be humiliated. I haven't done anything wrong.
Joseph didn't argue. He leaned toward the camera, his finger hovering over the end call button. "Until you do, Mother, you won't be part of our Christmases." He tapped the screen, and the call went black. Joseph sent the recording to his siblings with a note. "Watch this, then tell me I'm wrong." Within the hour, his sister sent Pamela a blunt message. "Mom, this is horrible. You need to apologize."
Pamela stared at the screen, her thumb frozen. She had expected loyalty, not this cold demand.
She didn't text back. Instead, she pressed the call button, her sister's name glowing on the screen.
I am being attacked. They are twisting everything, turning my own family against me.
On the other end, her sister's voice was ice. "Nobody twisted this, Pamela. You erased Michelle for 3 years. You did this to yourself." The family group chat was no longer hers to control. Message after message pinged, "Team Michelle. Amelia is a hero. How cruel."
She scrolled in her empty kitchen. Every comment was a small, precise hit. Not a single person stood with her.
By evening, 2 more aunts sent private messages, each one blunt. "Write the apology." She set the phone down. The draft remained empty. The walls of her carefully built narrative were closing in. Upstairs, Amelia sat on the edge of her bed, the noise of notifications bleeding through the floor.
All those messages. Grandpa's stamps are probably causing a war.
Michelle appeared in the doorway, her footsteps quiet. She sat down and pulled Amelia close.
Mom, did I do something bad? Grandma is so mad.
No, sweetheart. You did something brave. The bravest thing I've seen in years.
Brave feels a lot like having a stomach ache.
People are angry at Grandma, not at you. We have to be strong now, together.
Amelia nodded, her small hand finding her mother's and holding tight. She believed the words, but the ache lingered.
I mailed the cards. I would do it again. But I wish Grandma wasn't so mean.
She looked at the card she had kept, the whole family, her mother's untampered smile, and knew it was worth the ache. 3 days after Christmas, an email from Pamela appeared in Joseph's inbox. Subject line, regarding the confusion. The message read, "I apologize if anyone was hurt by my light-hearted Christmas card. It was never my intention to cause distress. Please accept my regrets." She used the word apology without admitting a single thing. Not Michelle's name, not the dog, nothing. He screenshotted it and forwarded it to the family group with a single line of his own. Joseph's message, "This is what she calls an apology. I think we can do better." Within minutes, his phone rang. Pamela's voice was tight with fury.
I sent an apology. That's what you asked for. What more do you want from me?
A real apology, Mom. Handwrite it, mail it to everyone on the card list, then maybe we'll talk.
Fine. But you delete that recording. I won't be dragged like this.
Joseph didn't agree, but he didn't argue. He ended the call and looked at the screenshot again. The leverage had shifted. In her house, Pamela pulled out the old Christmas card mailing list and a box of cream stationery she never used. The pen shook slightly as she wrote the first line. By the 10th card, her wrist ached, but she kept going. On each card, the same words appeared, "I am sorry for erasing Michelle from the family Christmas cards. It was wrong. Pamela."
37 apologies. She sealed them with a dry mouth, knowing the humiliation was now public.
She went to the post office herself, not the drop box, but the counter, where she handed the stack to the clerk. A week later, the mail arrived at the Reeves house. One envelope was addressed to Michelle by hand. She opened it slowly. The card inside was blank except for Pamela's tight cursive.
It's a start.
Joseph took the note, read it twice, then set it on the counter, something unclenched in his jaw. In the family group chat, a cousin posted a photo of her own note with a single word, "Received." The war was over. The Reeves house exhaled. The tree lights still blinked, but the air had lost its chill. Amelia stood by the mantel with something in her small hands.
This one stays here, so nobody forgets who we really are.
She set it next to a ceramic snowman, the image bright. Her parents, Benjamin, herself, all grinning in front of a fireplace. Michelle watched from the kitchen doorway, then walked to the recycling bin. She lifted the lid and reached inside for the card she had thrown away.
The dog in the Santa hat. A lie she had made me swallow 3 times. But it belongs to this story now.
She didn't throw it out again. She slid it into the kitchen junk drawer, next to old batteries and a spool of twine. Evidence kept.
From now on, we send our own cards. No more waiting for someone else to decide who's in the picture.
Can I draw the next one with crayons? I'll put everyone, even the dog.
Amelia laughed, a bright sound that cut through the last weight in the room. Michelle pulled her daughter in, and the real family held still. The card on the mantel said everything. Here is where she belongs, and no one will cut her out again. The laughter had faded. The children were in bed. Joseph sat with his phone in the quiet living room and pressed Pamela's number.
Well, the apology is done. Are you satisfied now?
The apology isn't the finish line, Mom. It's the starting line. From now on, things are different. If you can't treat Michelle with respect, genuine respect, you won't be part of our Christmases. or our lives.
So you're choosing her over your own mother. After everything I've done,
I'm choosing my family. The one I built with Michelle. The one my daughter fought to keep whole.
that recording, you'll never let me forget it, will you?
It stays in a folder. If I never have to open it again, that'll mean you kept your word.
He ended the call. The tree lights flickered in the silence, but the weight on his shoulders had finally shifted into something solid.
I heard most of that. You did good.
The next afternoon, Amelia spread her notebook and a pack of blank craft store cards across the kitchen table.
What if next year the card says everything right on the front? No secret notes needed. Mom, Dad, can we design our own card for next Christmas? Not Grandma's, ours.
We already said we would, honey. You earned the right to pick the photo.
I know which one. The Thanksgiving photo with all of us. And can we use Grandpa's old stamps again?
Those stamps cost you $17, sweetheart. But yes, we'll use them.
Her smile lit her whole face, the first real one Joseph had seen in months. He just stood there, watching it.
That's her. The woman I've been missing. She's still here.
Benjamin, you get to draw on the envelopes. Like a bonus. Everyone gets to be in it this time.
The blank cards sat between them, not a replacement for old wounds, but the start of something entirely their own. Later that night, with the children asleep, Michelle stood alone by the mantel. The framed card caught the soft glow of the tree lights.
There it is. The whole family. Me included. My daughter made sure of it.
She traced the wooden frame. 3 years of erasure answered by a 10-year-old with $17 in stamps.
She's tougher than I ever was. I spent 3 years swallowing those cards. She spent 3 months planning her own.
The difference wasn't just bravery. It was that she refused to accept that being erased was normal.
Today, she taught me that being quiet isn't the same as being safe.
Michelle reached into her sweater pocket and pulled out the crumpled card she had rescued from the recycling, the dog in the Santa hat. She placed it next to the framed card. The 2 images, one full and one empty, told the whole story.
From now on, I don't just endure the picture, I choose it.
A few evenings later, the lights were dimmed, and the fireplace crackled softly. The room settled into a calm that no one had to force. Benjamin sprawled on the rug with a purple crayon, drawing stick figures with giant smiles. He insisted every hand had 6 fingers.
Look, Mommy, it's us. I made you really tall so you can't get hidden again.
I see me. And I see your dad. And your sister. How could anyone hide us?
Joseph lowered himself onto the couch beside her, close enough that their shoulders touched, and draped his arm across her shoulders.
This is what I should have done 3 years ago. Just this.
Across the room, Amelia was curled in the armchair, a chapter book open on her lap, but her eyes were on her family.
Nobody is erased here. And nobody ever will be again.
She turned a page without reading it, the sound of the fire filling the gaps where old tension used to live. The framed card still sat on the mantel, but tonight it was just a picture among others, a family that had learned to hold its own shape. The house was quiet. The tree lights still glowed, and the mantel held its new centerpiece. In the simple wooden frame, the Thanksgiving photo smiled out. No one edited away. Below the image, the small cursive sentence, "This is our real family. Amelia." Michelle had placed it next to the dog card she'd rescued from the recycling, the 2 testifying side by side. Downstairs, the kitchen bin was open and empty. A single stray holly leaf had come to rest against its rim. Nothing waited inside it now. No more surrenders. Because in the end, the truest picture of a family isn't the one posed for, it's the one fought for. This card was exactly that. $7 in Shutterfly printing, $83 in a girl's piggy bank, $17 in stamps. From now on, the Reeves family Christmas card would hold every person it was supposed to hold. And that, finally, was a picture worth keeping.